welcome to the podcast. I'm Ace, and
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Wolfsbane 101, and welcome to the Quester's Rest podcast.
here at the podcast, we'll be posting every other week if possible. We will be on most major podcast platforms. If you see one we aren't on, you could shoot us a message, and we'll see if we can get that on there. It may not happen. We don't know yet. It's still rocky. It's the first episode, so you will have to be aware of that. But we will talk about Dragon Quest stuff. Basically what is happening, what we want to see happen, talking about games or characters in depth. We're here for a fun time involving Dragon Quest. So if you like that, if you want to hear three idiots and guests later on, maybe, who knows, first episode once again, then stick around. We will have credits to things like music, which I'm sure you just heard. The intro is actually kind of sweet. To music, art, and there was another
Logos.
one. Logos, thank you. Logos in the description. This will also be hosted on YouTube channel, Zaoace, Zaoace. I recommend just whichever platform you're comfortable with. If we do miss an episode, don't think that means we have stopped. We may have a sick day, stuff like that. That's always a possibility. But we will try to be every other week. If you want to follow us on our socials to keep up to date as to when episodes are coming, if we have an episode delay, or if there's chances to ask us questions, or if there's new things just added to the podcast in general, or what's happening outside of the podcast, like Ryan's and my channels, projects we're working on, stuff like that. Our socials will be down in the description, as well as our Discord server where we are all at. So keep an eye out for that. Follow us if you can, and stick around. We're hopefully going to have a fun time, and we're hopefully going to be here a long time. So without
All Dragon Quest all the time.
So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, I still have to talk. So we're gonna start off with introductions onto how we got into Dragon Quest and how we fell in love with it. That's just the same thing, but can tell I'm a little nervous. First episode, that's gonna be my slogan tonight. First episode, I already said that. Dragon Quest.
Hashtag first episode.
Hashtag first episode. God. But we're going to be talking about how we got into Dragon Quest and what we want to see from Dragon Quest in the future. It is the 35th anniversary this year, and I think that with recent guideline changes on the Japanese side of things, we're going to see a lot more changes that aren't just community-wise, but also gameplay-wise. But we'll get into that later on. Right now, we're going to start off with how we came to be into this community. So we'll start with me, since we're kind of doing that trio thing where we're passing around. And I introduced myself first, so I gotta still talk. I started with Dragon Quest Builders. My boyfriend at the time, we were playing Minecraft, and he was like, I don't like Minecraft. I like this game. It has a story to it. So he introduced me to Builders. I got up to about chapter 3 before it got tedious, and I'm like, whatever. I just want to play a few online, bud. And he was like, well, they're having Builders 2, and that has co-op. And I was like, cool. So I waited for it to come in English. I played it on his account, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with Malroth, I will admit. I have a little bit of a crush on Malroth. He's pretty nice looking. Then in September, the XIS demo came out, and I played that, and I fell in love with it. Especially Eric. I always, like, every few months or so, I pass around this clip from my Twitch channel where the first moment I saw Eric, I censored myself from saying hot, but I went, oh no, he's cute, because I meant to say hot, but I censored myself for it. So I played XIS all the way through, screaming and crying, all of it. After that, I got into the mobile game side of things with Rivals and Super Light. I didn't actually play Super Light. Super Light's not the one. Rivals, Stars came out in February, and all that. And then in April, oh no, I fell in love with Dragon Quest X, and I bought it, and I played it. And somehow my friend that got it in December, this is like late January now, has almost 1,000 hours, and I have like 600. And I think that's crazy. But whatever. They were happy with it. Their subscription ended. They can't play now because of other reasons, but they got almost 1,000 hours in a month, and that was crazy. That's physically impossible. That's physically
That's
impossible.
more than me.
That is physically impossible now that I think about it. They started like in August, so I think they had to have like at least a few hours because they got their coffee just before the end of November. So it's a lot of hours. I'm not
I
doing
don't think
enough.
it's physically impossible. I'm sure they were able to like.
168 hours in a week times 4 is still 600. It'd be like 700 hours, so they had to have like at least 200 hours if they were playing 24/7, which I know they weren't because they got at least like 3 hours of
They
sleep
might
a
have
week.
left it like idle.
True, that is true. They could have left it idle. You're right. Who knows? We'll
I
never
know a
know.
lot of people that do that.
Because every time I
I
ask
have a
them,
friend who would.
huh?
I was just gonna say I had a friend who like used to play WoW and he would just leave it idle.
Oh yeah. I know a lot of friends who do that. I don't do that. I do that. I don't do it a lot.
Let's be real here. You do that.
I do that. I walk downstairs for an hour and then come back up, and it disconnected me because I wasn't on PC. That was fun.
Oof.
Yeah, I've been on Switch because I'm still moving right now. I'm still moving in and stuff, so stuff's still everywhere. I don't know where my AA batteries are, so I've had to play Dragon Quest X on my Switch this whole time. It's why I haven't been playing it, because I really don't like playing 10 on my Switch. It's not as cohesive, especially since I use the chat feature a lot, and typing on the Switch is not that fun unless you have a keyboard, which I don't.
Switch keyboard win.
Switch keyboard actually does exist. There's actually an accessory where you slide your Joy-Cons up to the keyboard. We were talking about it today.
Wait, really?
Yes.
That's a thing?
Uh-huh. Yeah, we were talking about
Like,
it.
I knew there was a PS2 keyboard and there was a Wii keyboard, but geez.
Yeah, we were talking about it in Gaijins earlier, the Dragon Quest X server. It's I'll send you a picture later, but it's actually really cool looking, and I kind of want it. But then again.
Wow.
So, Ryan, your turn.
Okay, well, anyways, before I talk about how I got into Dragon Quest, I'll tell you guys how I met Ace and Wolves. So I met Wolves first, I think, around 2019. We were in this Dragon Quest community together. Then after that, when I was doing my Dragon Quest X reviews on Battle Geek Plus, my YouTube channel, I needed some voiceovers, and Wolves was like, "Oh, hey, I could probably do some voiceovers for you." And I've never heard his voice before, but once I started hearing his voice, it was like he's been doing this for years. So we kind of developed a cool rapport, like together, like doing a lot of voiceover together. And he's been in a lot of my Dragon Quest like related projects. And so you're probably gonna hear him in a lot of future projects that I do regarding Dragon Quest, and probably more than that. And then I met Ace when we were on the server, and we were playing Dragon Quest X together. And we haven't played in a while at the time of this recording, but we do have a lot of fun together, though. So that's why I met Wolves and Ace.
We do still need to play together again, because like we need to play like Story or something when Story comes out again.
Oh, yeah,
Although
totally.
that's probably going to be right around my birthday according to the event schedule. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be birthday party maintenance.
Yay, birthday party, yeah. It's time.
Some people might actually be familiar with Ryan and I, since we've worked together a lot on a lot of different projects. Like, anywhere I am where Ryan is, the other is probably there too.
Yep.
We're kind of
Like-
a package deal.
Yeah, we're a package deal when it comes to Dragon Quest projects, and hopefully more projects down the road.
Oh yeah.
All right, now I'm going to talk about how I got into Dragon Quest, so you better gather around the campfire because this is going to be a pretty long story. So, way before these two were born, like way before these two were born, that's when I got into Dragon Quest back when it was Dragon Warrior, back in the year 1992. So, this is before you two were born, basically.
Yeah, it was like 2 years before I came into existence.
Right. So,
A whole 7 for me.
Oh, 7. Oh, wow. See, now I feel like a really old man. I was 10 years old at the time, and I was really into RPGs. I was into the original Final Fantasy on the NES and Ultima Exodus, the NES port, not the PC port. And I heard about this Dragon Warrior game. It was really popular in Nintendo Power because back in 1989 they did a giveaway for Dragon Warrior if you actually had a Nintendo Power subscription. And I wanted one back in 1989, but my parents said, no, that's going to make your grades really bad. And yeah, hey, they weren't wrong about that. But hey, I turned out okay. So in 1992, I rent the first Dragon Warrior, and all right, this is going to be a first for you guys. I did not like it. I did not like Dragon Warrior when I first rented it. I thought it was really inferior to the first Final Fantasy and to Ultima Exodus. So yeah, I was not a fan of the Dragon Quest series when I started. Yes, I do admit that this is the only time I'm admitting it here live. But then after that, though, I rented the game again over the summer in 1992, and I finally finished it. I finished the whole game from beginning to end, and I think the part that made me a fan, well, I guess we'll call this a spoiler, but so like the part where you have to use Princess Gwaelin's love to find a token of Erdrick. See, I had to use my brain in order to figure that out.
Oh my god,
and that's
you have
what.
a brain?
Yeah, that's right. I have a brain at 10 years old. That's like wow.
That's weird. Dragon Ball fans and Dragon Quest fans don't have brains, from what my experience.
But yeah, I had to use my brain. I was like, wow, this game is really cool. So I beat the first Dragon Warrior. Then after that, my cousin buys Dragon Warrior 2, and we beat that together. And then after that, later in that year, Dragon Warrior 3 comes out. I asked for that for my birthday. And then after that, the rest is history. I've been a fan of the series ever since. I've kept track of it ever since it was Dragon Warrior here. Then when it finally went back to Dragon Quest. And that's pretty much my story.
Do you want me to edit out the hate? I'm kidding, that's a joke.
Oh no. I guess it's my turn for my backstory, my origin story.
Edgy.
So, yeah, I know, right? My edgy origin story. When I was a young lad, I grew up in a small town. I was broke. My family was broke. We had not really any money. My dad, and I'm younger. I'm a millennial. I was born in '94. So I was around during the play, like by the time I was able to play games, the PlayStation and the PlayStation 2 were out and doing their thing, but we were broke. So my dad had an NES. It was his original NES that he bought when it was brand new, when he was like in his like 20s or 30s or whatever. I think it was his 20s. And he had some games. He had Super Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda, Dragon Warrior, and Final Fantasy, which were the ones I saw. So I played those, and I played Dragon Warrior first. And I was like, well, not first, but like out of the first Dragon Quest games. So I played that. And I struggled with it, not gonna lie. I was not very good at RPGs back in the day, believe it or not. As some would argue, I'm still not very good at them. They might be right. But I still had a good time, and it was enjoyable. It didn't hook me though, And I'd play Dragon Warrior 2 after that, and Dragon Warrior 3, 4, and whatever. It wasn't until I played Dragon Quest 8 on the PlayStation 2 that it clicked with me. Like really, like because I like by that point I'd played a bunch of other titles. Like I'd played some of the newer Final Fantasies. I'd played just a bunch of different things, right? And I played Dragon Quest VIII, and like the voice acting, while not great compared to today's standard, but at the time it made the difference. The visual look, the artwork, and I was like, hey, that's Akira Toriyama's artwork. I know what that is because I'm a huge Dragon Ball weeb. And I don't know, that's probably one of my favorite Dragon Quest games. Like it goes back and forth between 8 and 11 a lot of the times, but like they're probably like my two favorites. And that's when it like really clicked, and then I ended up playing more and going back and playing some of the ones I missed and other versions and whatever I could get my hands on, at the time, because, broke ass teenager couldn't do anything. And then, as years go by, I end up finding my way on Twitter. Dragon Quest 11 drops, and I end up, finding some camaraderie in some people, and end up like meeting these two, which is little side part. These two didn't like me when they first met me.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I'm an asshole.
I didn't like Dragon Ball at the time, and all Wolfsbane talked about was Dragon Ball, so...
I still only talk about that.
Things have changed. Things have changed a lot since then, though.
You also tease my
Ryan
mascot.
thought I was a dick. Yeah, Ron thought I was an asshole, though, straight up.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he admitted that to me, and I was like, damn, was I really that mean?
You just tease my mascot a lot now.
I tease everybody and everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of my shtick. Like, here's fun fact for people out there. I, Wolfsbane 101. Well, if I am your friend, I will make fun of you. That's kind of what I do. If I don't like you, I'm probably going to avoid talking to you at all costs.
And then if he really doesn't like you, who knows?
If I really don't like you, well,
you don't
I don't
exist.
know. Yeah, you probably don't exist in my brain. I Control-Alt-Delete that. Or is it Control-Shift? I don't know. I don't know how computers work.
It's why I'm doing the recording. And it's why they're on a Discord call, audio quality compared to mine, because Wolfsbane's computer crashes when he attempts to record his audio.
That, and also I don't have very high-tech stuff. I'm on an old crappy laptop with a gaming headset for my audio recording. Sorry for the trash, guys.
It's okay, we'll fix that. I'm kidding. Who knows?
That's the type of quality to expect from a Wolfsbane audio. Is if it comes from me, it's probably garbage.
I mean, it sounds better than like Hissy Snake's first mic. His first mic, you couldn't even hear him. It was hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, my friend. Okay, we're getting off topic. Did you already finish explaining your Dragon Quest thing, or did I just derail it? I'm sorry.
Oh, I straight up finished. I was just at that because I was like, and transition is what I was doing.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of DQ8, I'm actually working on DQ8 on my 3DS right now. It's very slow.
Oh, me too.
And I'm only at like, oh god, what's the name of that town? It's the second town.
I don't know.
It's Jessica's town. That's all I know.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the dungeon. I'm in the
Jessica
Tower of
Alba,
Alexandria.
I mean Albert. Yeah, Jessica Albert.
Yeah.
Also known as Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
Also known as Jessica. I was trying to think of a tit pun.
Yeah.
She just has them out there.
Listen, leave the puns to me.
By all known laws of physics, those should not stay in there.
It's anime land, okay?
Yeah, it's a game.
Let's be real. They shouldn't also be able to cast fireballs, but here we are.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the logic for you.
It's like, wow, I can't believe it. That's so unrealistic how her boobs are able to stay in that shirt. But I can totally believe that they can cast fire spells and bring people back from the dead with a leaf.
I know. It's one of the things that bugs me, mostly because of people in this.
I'm into
it. And people
I'm into it.
around that
Give
are
me
really
more.
overly horny on Twitter.
So the Dragon Quest community.
You're right. You're right.
I mean,
they're
have you
always
seen?
horny.
Like, let's be real here. They're like Dragon Quest. Like the main art source is which female character with the biggest bust is going to get drawn today.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I can. If you just turn like the new Resident Evil lady into Akira Toriyama style, you could literally make her like one of the bosses in like DQ12 or something.
I believe it.
Wait, so 8-foot tall Jade.
Oh
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh yes. Buff Jade. Hashtag Buff Jade.
Hashtag
no!
buff
Oh
Jade.
god, that's gonna be one of
That's
the.
a joke only me and Ryan will get.
Oh yeah.
That was an interesting day what we did with that one.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is what happens when I tell people to buy video games with character creation in them.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. So for context, I think it was me, Wolves, and our pal Joel. We were in a voice chat one time, and then I decided on Xbox Game Pass to play Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
Oh,
was
I
playing
think
it,
I
and
remember
recommended
this. I think I remember the
Yeah,
screenshots.
so like we were talking about Buff Jade, and I recreated Buff Jade in Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you should be. I was like, yeah, you can make literally like Dragon Quest characters in this game. And he's like, oh really? I was like, yeah, you could even make Jade. And he goes, well, what about Buff Jade? And I was like, go for it. Then he made Buff Jade, and I was like, yeah, I'm into that.
Man, I haven't really played a lot of the mainline games. I don't even remember like most of the characters from 10 anymore. Like I remember Yushka,
Ooh.
Hyuza, and that's about it. At least in
You
terms
don't
of
remember
like
Brave
char-
Princess and Lucia?
at least in terms of characters that I'd have a crush on.
I have a crush on every female character that's a consenting adult.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm gonna say that too.
Man, I can't really. How could I forget my favorite? Other than Eric, because we already know about Eric, but Faraz.
Yeah, and then there's blonde Eric from Dragon
Yes,
Quest.
Faraz. I forgot about him.
Yeah,
I feel stupid. I literally got on the struggle tweets because of him.
yeah, I believe it.
Well,
Also,
because the person running that knows you.
mhm. They listen to me all the time. They'll join a VC just because I'm in there. They like listening to me. I don't know why.
I mean, you have pretty alright voice, Ace.
Yeah, it's more just like, wow, you like this shit? Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had a thought,
Hmm.
and the more and more I think about it, I think a lot of people might agree, maybe. The more I think about it, Dragon Quest, kind of a flawed series.
Yes.
Like I feel like there's this thing where too many people give it almost like a ridiculous amount of praise. Like I love Dragon Quest, don't get me wrong. But man, there's things that could totally be fixed or just removed altogether that I feel like would just help that series more than anything.
I like what?
Personally, I think like one major thing I would change that I think would really help it is the music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Although,
I'm
like,
gonna say-
Sugiyama's tracks are alright. I personally like them.
There's
Sugiyama's kind
some
of a
good ones.
garbage person. Well, not
I
kind
mean,
of.
he's not kind of.
He's not kind of,
He's
he
super
is.
garbage.
I was trying to think of a
Yeah,
nicer
like-
way to say it, but like, come on, he's a sack of
Why?
shit.
Why be nice to a war crime denier?
You're right. I don't like starting.
we just
stuff.
need more. We just need actual new tracks once in a
I
while.
Yes.
feel like the problem is like a lot of the music feels too bombastic, even in scenes where they don't need to be.
My problem is, like, lately he's gotten really lazy. Especially if you listen to things like version five's tracks. There's a town in version 5 called Farazard, which is a Arabian, Middle Eastern theme town. I don't know the exact term for it, and I'm sorry
Yeah.
if I upset any listeners for that one.
Got that kind of like desert vibe, I guess.
Yes, desert, like the stereotypical desert vibe. And the music is like stereotypical desert music that you'd hear in like those kind of scenes.
That music actually,
It's
that's actually a desert song that comes from Dragon Quest VII.
really,
Yeah.
because it's all midied up and looped terribly.
Yep.
Yeah, as is like most tracks in Dragon Quest XI, which is considered the greatest hits of Sugiyama.
Like, I absolutely hate that track.
Like, I didn't even like the main overworld theme of Dragon Quest XI, so when the Switch version came out, I switched it to the Dragon Quest VIII overworld theme.
Wow.
Yeah, Hissy Snake stopped, like, when I stream it in VC, he'll stop actually listening to it because of the overworld music. If I turn it off of 8 into 11. And I like 11's music just a tiny bit more just because it has more meaning to me since it's my first Dragon Quest game. I have Unflinching Courage set as my ringtone. So, if you ever hear it go off, you'll just hear bum, 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 bum.
I feel like the one track that, like, I like, and I know you hated Ace, but it's, like, a track that I kind of like because, like, it's been there since the beginning, is Overture. But I feel like it needs to be recomposed.
You think I hate Overture?
You said before how much you just started to despise Overture.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, you said that you was getting sick of Overture because you just got tired of hearing it every time you started up a game and how like it was just always there.
I think I was getting angry at an application that day. I don't know which one it would have been. It was probably one of the mobile games, but I was probably getting upset the fact that I had to restart it constantly for something to work.
Oh yeah, makes sense. But yeah, I like Overture, but I feel like because here's the thing, what a lot of people don't know is that a lot of Japanese games, especially JRPGs, especially like the old school ones, they will have not necessarily an intro song that's like in every game, but they'll have a main menu track. And Overture is like usually the main menu track of almost every Dragon Quest game, but it's also usually the opening track too.
Well, on most of the new ones, they have like most of the new mainline ones, they'll have the I'm trying to think of the tune right now.
I'm talking about like the start screen, not like the menu screen.
Yeah,
but
because you said menu. Yeah, the start screen. Yeah, I feel like they should do something different, like how they have.
No, here's the thing. That's fine. I just feel like for every Dragon Quest game moving forward, what they need to do is they need to recompose the song, like have the same song but recompose it to fit the overall theme of the game.
Oh,
because like Kingdom Hearts does it, Final Fantasy does it.
Yeah,
like Final Fantasy has like that one track, I can't remember the name of it, but it's on every single title screen, and it's recomposed every time to sound slightly different to fit the theme and the tone of the game.
Absolutely.
Kingdom Hearts does it with Dearly Beloved. That's what Dragon Quest needs to do. But they need a new composer, I think. Someone younger, someone, with a bit more flair.
Someone that's actually accepting of LGBTQ people.
Yeah, someone who's not a pile of garbage. Somebody to like really like do something different and maybe like spice up the music, because like there's a lot of tracks that are just kind of whatever. I feel like the one track that really grained on me a lot when I first played 11 was the MIDI Hato theme. Oh my god, I wanted to like just I wanted to rip my ears off.
My least favorite track in Dragon Quest is actually the Dragon Quest X version for Last Boss theme. It just does not fit a boss battle of that caliber at all. It's like this amazing boss battle. I can't go into more detail than that because Square Enix ninjas will come at me. But it's an amazing boss battle. It's so climatic, and it feels like you're really saving the world and all of what you're meant to save. And then the music just ruins it. The music just makes it feel like you're going into a dark, brooding cave. And I really feel like it would have fit something from 11 more than version 4, which version 4 and 11 were developed at around the same time. And I'm going to cover a video on this later, like way down the line, maybe a few more months once I can do more research on it. But they really messed up a few tracks and designs there that just, they should have been swapped around. And not just from, like, Sugiyama's perspective, but, like, character designs. It really feels like Toriyama just took 11 and Eric and just made them older. And just went, like, just put them in.
And then change Eric's hair color to blonde.
Mm-hmm. In fact, if you look at
me... Yeah, we made that joke.
Yeah.
We did. I remember one night me and Ace were just VCing. And I was like, hey, that screenshot of those two, you could totally make that dude's hair blue and change, like, that other guy's boots to be more green looking, and it's just 11 and Eric.
Yeah. And I actually fooled a bunch of people and made a bunch of, like, Spanish speakers pissed at me.
They were like, wait, what?
Yeah, I remember that. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
But, yeah, they really showed that there was something going on behind the scenes, that something from Dragon Quest XI got scrapped and got turned into version 4. And I really want to see what happened there, because I really feel like a time skip in 11 would have been better than what we got.
I feel like one of my biggest
it's still a
complaints
great
is
game.
I don't like the design of the main protagonist in 11, honestly.
I feel like if they had the time...
He feels too boring.
Yeah, I love...
Yeah, I kind of... Well, honestly, I think Eric's design almost looks a little better for the main character.
Yeah, honestly, if Toriyama had went with what Sugiyama Yuji Horii had sent in, like the concept art, like the prototype of 11, where he had like the black hair with the ponytail and it was like more spiky, and he had like this cool looking outfit, and it looked like he was carrying a curved sword. Like, that would have been a way better design.
Right.
I really feel like they got the character designs before they made the world design overall. Otherwise, if they kept that design, he probably would have had, like, a town similar to Gallopolis as a starting town. Which I feel like would have been way more interesting. Overall.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or like, I feel like it could have been that, or they could have just, like, I don't know, maybe just change the theming of because, like, I could see those types of clothes that was on him that they were going for.
If they make him, like, a greenish color.
Maybe. I don't think it's even the color palette. I think they just have to, like, change up some of the structures of the houses, and that'd really be it.
Mm-hmm. I do feel like 11 and Eric are just younger versions of Faraz and Padre from version 4. You can look them up. They're really easy to look up. But I feel like I really feel like something went on internally that got it swapped around, and Toriyama went like, well, I'm not gonna use this design anymore. Here you go.
I could see that being the case, actually.
Yeah. It's really obvious when you put them side by side. It's just like, Toriyama, what you doing?
I made the joke. I didn't even know who that character was, like Padre, when I first saw him. I remember someone I looked up Dragon Quest X one day because I was curious, and I saw that design, and the first thing that came out of my mouth and went through my brain was, haha, that guy looks like an older 11.
Yeah, everyone was saying that.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, that's like the dark luminary.
I saw Padre.
Oh yeah, that's like a luminary with like some age and rough and gruff on him.
I saw Padre and went like, it's 11 and Sephiroth.
Well, I mean, technically it'd be more like 11 and Sorrow, but yeah, sure.
But I was looking at the scenery the first time, and it really felt like Genova Project right there with the scenery, which they never.
Yeah, maybe.
Tiny out of context spoiler, I guess. It's not really a spoiler because, like, whatever. But you never really see him in that scenery at all. Now I think about it.
Oh no, not at all. Not.
It feels like there was really like a development change over the time.
Yeah, I'm sure there was some stuff that was like, well, these ideas got scrapped. Why don't we just use them in this other thing that we're still working on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Can you imagine if we would have gotten, instead of like that, we would have got Dragon Quest 11 too?
Mm-hmm. I think about that sometimes. Just giant pirate Eric. Ah.
No, it's just Padre in a pirate costume.
No.
Not Padre, but whatever his name
For
is.
us.
Yeah, for
We
us.
say for Ross because if we say Ferris, people are just gonna think of Ferris from Wheelopolis.
Oh, what if Ferris was originally supposed to be the party member, and that's why?
Well, I do make a comparison to Ferris and Faraz in my version 4 review.
Ferris is...
New fan theory.
No, I can't imagine that.
Ferris actually gets his shit together thanks to good old Sylve, and just decides to join the party after something happens to Eric, and he decides to emulate Eric.
Oh my god, no. I do remember actually this fanfic concept that went around the community, the writing community, and it was actually mine. It was actually Eric going on an adventure in Act 2 for other reasons. For reasons in the thing. I'm not going to go into much detail because I don't want to spoil Act 2 too much. Just in case there are some people that are still like new to DQ11 coming in, which I really doubt, but I want to be sure.
Well, now that it's on Game Pass and Xbox and all that, I'm sure there's some people who are just trying it for the first time.
Yes, exactly, which is why I don't want to spoil it too much. But basically, Ferris joined the party. Ferris joined the party. And was actually a monster master, and he cooked terribly, but it was not meant for human consumption, but he made like basically the monster bites that you give to monsters in DQB2, in Builders 2. And it was actually a really cool concept. I actually still have the concept art of it. I never did anything with it because like I never finished fanfics.
You know, there's like, sidetrack, it has to do with 11 though. You know what's one thing that I feel like it's a part of the gameplay, it's part of the system, that's cool in concept, but was executed terribly, and I feel like it could have been executed much better, and it has been executed much better in previous titles.
The battle system.
Not just 11, but like other RPGs that have done it.
The free camera battle system.
No.
No?
The pep powers.
Really?
Oh yeah, the pep powers.
Yeah. You see, my biggest problem was that pep, there was no meter for it. You could not tell. It was always random. Yeah, you could like later on get a power that would allow you to just activate pep ups on people. But it's like by the time you get it, you're so far into the game, you don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
Or you just completely forget that that's even part of the game.
Yeah.
And like literally, Yakuza 7 or Yakuza Like a Dragon did that system, but better. And all they had to do, and here's how you fix it. Here's how I would have fixed it. You take the pep up system, completely throw it away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe keep tension from like 8 and like 9 in, right? Like because tension, it's people love it. Yeah, I haven't played 10, so I don't know. But tension. It's a thing you could have kept that power up, heavier attacks, whatever works. Then have like the ability list, and then you can go into it where it's like team attacks or techniques. And then like when you click on it, it says like requires. It'll like maybe have like a list of who uses it, and it'll be like so and so. And then if like there's no specific members that need to be there, but it just uses. You need at least like 4 people to use it. You just pick whoever, like it just uses your whole party. And instead of it using like some arbitrary fake meter or whatever, it's like everyone has to be in this certain state. Instead of that, all you'd have to do is just have it use each person who's using that ability part of their magic meter.
Oh wow, that's a good theory.
Yeah.
That way you could just do it whenever.
Yeah. That's actually, now you got me like wanting that in Dragon Quest X. Just like if you have a player that's not an AI, that's a different occupation that can team up together. I want to see cool moves like that.
Yeah, it's like here's the reason why it's unacceptable because people be like, well, Dragon Quest XI, you know, it's trying something. Chrono Trigger on the Super Nintendo did this better. Literally, it used exactly the way I described it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yep.
And that was on the Super Nintendo. No excuses.
Sonic Chronicles did it better, and that's a shitty RPG.
Like, there's RPGs that have done this, and they do it well. Like, clearly, it's doable. It's just, it was obtuse for no reason. I don't know if there was a development issue, or if they couldn't get it to work right, so they had to implement this weird system, or what. But I hope that if we get another, like, when we get Dragon Quest 12, or whatever we get, and they implement a system like this, just do what they did in Yakuza, where it's just like a menu, and it just uses the magic, you know, like meter of everyone involved in the team attack or whatever, you know, and just problem solve. Because then it'll make you think about like how you want to use your magic. You have to be more strategic. It's like, well, do I want to use this ability, or do I want to save it and use it for like healing or whatever? Like, what if my main healer goes down and I have to use my protagonist or whoever to heal? Like it makes you start thinking about it more. But like that's just like what I think, you know.
Right.
Yeah. I have nothing to add or.
Yeah, me neither.
Because you hit it right on the head. Like, it's so arbitrary, and you're like, this turn, no, this turn, no, this turn, and it's none of those turns.
Yeah, it's just like, is it gonna? No, okay.
Yeah.
And like they knew something was screwed up, because if you pre-ordered the game, I forget which one. I think it was if you pre-ordered 11 on like PS4.
It was.
But I think
it was pretty much everything.
It was also in. Yeah, I think I'm talking about before S.
Oh.
It was in that, and I think they did it after S. If you pre-ordered it, you got like 3 or 4 bottles of like pep pops, like yeah. Bottles of like pep pops, which it would just be like, yeah, here's some free pep ups because we know we screwed up.
Yep. I still didn't use them until I was trying to get to level 99.
Oh, I used them like a motherfucker.
Yeah, me too.
I tend to hoard items.
Well, and if you try to buy them at the end of the game, they're really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't even care at that point. I was just hitting bosses where I was like, I need this. Or I was hitting side quests where it's like, do this pep up, and I'm like, really? This random thing that I might be here hours doing? Okay.
Yeah. I will be honest. I don't know how I had the stamina for that game back in 2019.
It's a long game.
It is. I had I think my finished file before I went in like New Game Plus it on S version, which you can do, by the way, if you didn't know that. You switch to 2D and then you switch to 3D at the first chapter, and then you have everything. And you can duplicate items that way. It's actually really fun because you can duplicate items by going all the way back to the beginning of the first act, and then putting items into everybody else's inventory but 11s, and then going all the way to the third act through the game. And if you're level 99, that's like 5 hours, and then you have all those items again, so you can get extra magistrates and all that. I don't remember the item names.
Can't wait to dual wield supreme swords of light.
You can't do that. Those are story based.
Ah, well, frick. Well, fudge sickles. That sucked.
Yeah.
I've never tried it. Honestly, I'm gonna be 100% right here live. I never finished Dragon Quest XI S version. I finished the original 11. Did not finish 11S because I was like, God, I am burned out.
Did you just play the S chapters and quit?
No. Like I didn't get to do all the stuff. Like I didn't even get to fight the super secret mega final boss.
Oh, I haven't done that yet either.
Yeah, me neither.
I just got burnt out because I was like, I've already played this game. Yeah, there's some new bits, but oh my God.
I do have a confession too about 11S. I have beaten the entire game, but only in 2D.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, which is like basically the masochist version of that game.
I have not played 2D version yet. I was at one point trying to get Eric to 999 attack, because I love them so much.
Right.
You know, you guys know.
And it's
Yeah, we
actually
know.
it's actually kind of funny. I I completed all of 2D mode, yes, yeah, and yes, including the final act within 40 hours. Because do you know why? Okay, like all the cutscenes are just text, so like they're really condensed down. That's what made it go by so fast.
Because you could just hold up the up on the D-pad.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's basically like made for speedrunning.
oh yeah, it's
Too bad it slows the battles down to a crawl.
oh well, I was still able to raise up to level 99 using using that trick to turn all the monsters into like liquid metal slimes. It's actually
Yeah.
faster in 2D mode.
I feel like just the main combat itself, because like when I go from like normal 3D mode and then go into Tickington, where like you're forced to play that whole game in 2D, like it just slows down.
Yep.
Right. I mean, I did watch all of the extra content in 3D mode, but after I finished the game, though.
Yeah, it's actually really funny. With Dragon Quest 11, I almost said 10 because my brain is thinking about 10 because that's where I'm segueing into. In 11, it initially released on PS4 and 3DS simultaneously, which I've never really seen one do that past
Right,
like the
yeah.
DSi existing. Because after the DSi
Oh, yeah.
came to be, they stopped doing like separate games for like Wii and DS. They just kind of gave up.
Oh yeah. I have the Japanese 3DS version.
Which I actually play the Japanese 3DS version on a ROM. I plan to buy the physical like when I can once.
Oh yeah.
Once
Oh yeah. Like, I was lucky when I bought my physical copy from Book Off. I had a data at the end of the game.
Yeah. It's I've played it up to Hado, I think. I think I played it actually up to Gallopolis. I was just about to get Sylvando and I kind of like gave up. But it's radically different. It's actually kind of
yeah, it's a very different
fascinating.
game. Oh yeah.
They actually have like extra scenes with Eric's backstory in there. Well, in terms of like they have an extra bit of dialogue with with I'm trying to think of the non-spoiler way to say this. Give me a second. I'm editing all this out.
The character.
With a non-spoiler version of a person in Eric's backstory. What the fuck was that sentence? I'm sorry. They have a extra dialogue with a character involved in Eric's backstory. And I haven't translated it. I don't remember it. But they also had Tickington in the 3DS version to compensate for the lack of like a beautiful game. And they actually put
3D models. And
yeah, they actually recreated old games that were in 3D at one point into 11's engine, which is actually interesting because they have Jessica in that engine. They have 10 and the sibling in that version, as well as I think some of the characters from 9. I don't remember the 9 version.
They have some characters from 5 too, don't they?
Yeah, they have characters from 5,
Yeah.
but I think that one's in 2D. So, it's not
Maybe.
as cool, I don't think. I don't know.
It's still pretty cool to be able to go back to those old games and have like the new people interact with them in a weird way.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's definitely an interesting title, and I'd really like to cover it someday. Probably not on the podcast, it'll probably be on my channel. That's still probably going to be a while out, because right now I'm just trying to get out on my feet. So,
Yeah, no problem.
little advertising break. Sub to the channel even if you're listening to the podcast, because then that helps me get more views so I can have more things to make for the channel and for the podcast. So that's my mini advertisement. I don't know if I'm gonna cut that. I might cut that. We'll see how I feel in editing.
I mean, at the end we were just gonna say like and subscribe anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But advertisements, I guess.
I mean, you might want to leave that for future ads that you might actually get paid to do.
Dude, gosh. Okay, so just these first ones are just subs to the channel, and then, hey, maybe sponsor the podcast. Who knows? That'd actually be interesting getting sponsored by, like...
Yeah, this one's brought to you by Shave Your Balls. I don't know.
That was what I was thinking of!
Manscaped.
Oh, I was thinking of, like, Dollar Shave Club.
No one uses Dollar Shave Club anymore. It's all Manscaped.
Oh, yeah, I don't know shit anymore. I watch ASMR channels most of the time, and most of them are like...
Explains a lot.
Shut up. It's why I make my ASMR jokes, because it's my only brand of jokes right now, other than horny jokes. Like, it's like Helix, and there's another one, but I'm forgetting it, and I probably will see it again and go like, oh, yeah, that one. Huh?
It's funny how you mentioned Helix.
Did you buy a Helix mattress?
No, I'm just saying me and, it had something to do with me and Ryan earlier.
Right. Okay.
We're recording.
I'm trying to remember,
Guess who's Helix?
Oh, no.
You know, there's this thing that I should probably say. You know, these two have played Dragon Quest X. I haven't. Although I am familiar with Dragon Quest X because I've voiced in so many of Ryan's Dragon Quest X reviews. So I know the story for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we're talking about 10 stories, like, he knows most pieces. He won't know, like, the little pieces. Like, I'm trying to think of a little piece he wouldn't know.
Just whatever pieces I end up getting to watch or voice in is what I'll know.
Yeah, so basically outside of Ryan's reviews, he don't know.
Yeah, I've watched all the reviews because I'm in them and people I know are in them.
Yeah.
That's true.
In terms of, like, Japanese knowledge, I say Japanese terribly, by the way. I'm sorry, you guys will have to deal with that. It's part of my speech, and I don't know how to fix it. I've tried fixing it. It just sounds weird. I might cut that. I'm not sure. But in terms of Japanese knowledge, Wolfs knows none, and he doesn't want to learn any. It hurts his brain. Ryan, I would like to hope, knows at least a little bit.
Yeah, I know a bit.
Yeah, and I am about... I want to say I'm at 4th grade now. I've leveled up, guys. I graduated 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still need to practice. I'm doing Duolingo as often as I can. It's going well because my other friends...
You don't use Muzzy?
I'd never heard of it.
Oh man, you are young.
Yeah.
Ryan, you remember Muzzy, right?
It sounds familiar.
The big green weird creature that spoke multiple languages.
Oh, I kind of remember that. Yeah.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. When you say big fuzzy creature, I think of the stupid cricket things. Which is I don't know if that's in the UK. I don't know if that's in, like, the UK or anything. But in the US, we have a telecommunications company called Cricket. And their branding is definitely interesting. Personally.
I'm going to send this to you guys on Discord. Here's Muzzy.
Oh, God.
Let me see it. It's probably really familiar.
I think I've seen these before.
Oh, yeah, this is like a long, long time ago, I think.
Yeah, I used to see these ads all the time.
Yeah.
But, yeah. DQ10, or, like, changes and improvements. This was our original discussion. And now we're over here talking about everything else. An improvement I'd like to see is just overall... I'm going to be opening a can of worms with this one, but overall, it's just more representation. I know that we see a lot of just fair-skinned people, and I know that that's something that's going to be a little bit hard to change considering what Japan is and its economical state and stuff, and the directors that are part of the making of Dragon Quest. But I hope that with our current... the changes happening that we see already, like we already have the ability where streamers can stream Dragon Quest in Japan and make profit off of it. Yeah, we still have yet to see any real streams coming out of it. I haven't seen any. I thought that there was one today, but there wasn't. It was actually from 8 months ago, and I don't know how they got away with it. I really don't. They probably got in huge trouble for it.
You know, speaking of that, actually, something that's always that's been bugging me for the last couple of years, is I've started to notice it more, and it started with, I believe, with Dragon Quest IX, where the party members feel very disconnected from everything. Like in 9, it's like you make your party members, so that makes sense, and in 10, it's an MMO. In 11, it feels like where they went so long without really doing that they were like, how do we do this? Like, how about we introduce one, then we introduce a pair, then we introduce another one, and then another pair, and then just keep doing it like that. And then have them barely interact with one another and just kind of have agency in the story only, I feel like that needs to be fixed, and also have characters who are more interesting looking and have more, I don't know, something more going on.
Yeah, because they are great characters on their own, especially Sylvando. Sylvando's a favorite.
Yeah, he's great. He steals the show.
But they really need more interaction because I feel like I really would have loved to see a scene where Sylvando just grabs one of the party members and just starts dancing with them for emphasis on something, and just cute moments on the boat where you just go down for the evening, go to have your campsite dinner, whatever, and you just have funny moments.
I feel like one thing, because I know a lot of people don't notice this, because people go, I don't think Eric and Serena ever spoke once. I believe they did, because if anyone remembers when they first go to Gondolia, they talk about going out to the thing and doing it. Eric's like, guys, we got to do the thing. He goes, Serena, you're with me, right? And looks over at her, and she goes, and then she just slowly walks over to the other side and goes, sorry, Eric.
Yeah, they definitely talk off screen, and that's what bugs me, is why can't they talk on screen?
Well, that was on screen.
No, I mean,
that happened.
Just it's clear that they developed some kind of rapport, but when?
I feel like they save a lot of that for the party chat,
Actually, I've read a lot of the party chat. They don't really have the characters interacting with each other in the party chat. The most, I've actually never seen them really talk to each other inside the party chat.
I've seen a couple of them, when you click on one of the others might, chime in, but,
I've never...
I feel like the party chat is, I feel like it's, honestly, if they got rid of party chat and just made it to where, the characters, spoke more often as, in cutscenes, or just, maybe when you hit camp, they would talk, or, have, a little mini cutscene would be better.
Yeah, I actually forget if Jade ever interacts with Veronica and Serena.
I don't remember.
Yeah, see.
God, that reminds me why I love Final Fantasy 15 so much. It's because
I was actually gonna bring 15 up because they do that very well.
They do
with
it
characters interacting.
so well because you're just you're just going through the world, and then one of the boys will pull you aside and be like, "Yo, Noctis," and you're like,
Let's
"Yo,
go
bro,
do this
what's
mission."
up?
It's hey, here's this random side quest that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, let's go camp in our Coleman tents and have some cup of noodles. Totally not sponsored.
Everything in that game is sponsored.
Yeah, you're just you're
but,
driving.
One of my favorite missions in 15 is you wake up and Prompto is hey, Noctis, can you help me talk to Cindy, and you have a whole side quest that you spend that day trying to help Prompto talk to Cindy.
My favorite is you're driving at 15 frames a second because my computer doesn't really like Final Fantasy 15 so well. But that's not important here. And then Prompto will literally, talk to you from the backseat and be like, "Yo, can we go stop by this photo spot?" And you'll go and do that, and he's so happy the whole time. And then really...
It happens, that happens so often,
It happens so often, it makes me so happy. And then, moments where Ignis pulls you aside for something, you're just I will listen to whatever you say.
I think one of my favorites also is like the one where you're in that little town that's like living on a cliffside, and you go to that cup noodle thing, and Gladio's like, "There's nothing like a good, cup of cup noodle." And you know what? Let's go and hunt down these creatures. You pick one, we'll hunt a creature, and then we'll add it to this cup noodle, and then there'll be a unique cup noodle that you can have this for the rest of the game to make on a campsite as long as you have this and a cup noodle.
That actually sounds really
And then
good.
you go on a hunting mission, and then you go get some cup noodle.
Yeah. It's just, it feels much more alive than 11, and that's what really drew me into 15, because I was like, okay, you know what, I want to see why people love Final Fantasy games so much, which each one's different from what I've heard, but I only play like 7 and like the beginning of 9 and 10, and I'm like, whatever, and I play the beginning of 14, and it's just very overwhelming for me, which is actually surprising, because I love Phantasy Star Online 2 and Dragon Quest 10. I don't know, maybe I just don't like stuff catered to the Western audience. I don't know. That's a joke.
It's funny too, because that game is like not catered to the Westerners at all. Westerners don't understand 15 half the time. They're like, "What is all this?"
Really, I love 15.
Oh yeah, it's super Japanese. Like it's super modern Japanese because it caters super towards like the everything's advertisement. If you go to like Akihabara or like Tokyo, like that place is just filled with advertisements.
I really don't mind. It's whatever. Like.
Yakuza is literally everything in Yakuza, the entire series from the beginning to now. Everything is real. Every like item you get is a real life item. Metal Gear Solid's done it. Like Calorie Made in Metal Gear Solid 3, that was a real life item. They had like Doritos and Mountain Dew in Peace Walker on the PSP.
Oh
like,
god,
the Japanese love their advertisements.
Okay, that reminds me of a point later. Remind PSP later. But so I saw the Final Fantasy 16 thing, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try Final Fantasy 15. There's a demo, and it's the Steam Summer Sale. So if I do like it, I can get it for. I think I got it for either $30 or $40. Still too much, but whatever. I enjoyed it.
That game's big though.
It is. It's. I honestly say it's bigger than. Actually, it's not bigger than 11. It's about the same size.
It's pretty big though, especially with all the DLC.
And with the fact that there's open world. I forgot about the DLC. Yeah, the DLC makes it bigger than 11.
Massive.
Because you get the DLC included in the PC version.
Yeah, here's the thing that I'm going to say about 15. I know we're a Dragon Quest podcast, but here we go. The original release of 15, the final area, is much, much smaller and is basically a hallway.
Yeah, they changed it in Windows.
The Windows edition and the updated version, which was like the Royal edition on PS4 and all that, basically redid almost the entire game and like added story points all over the place and extra cutscenes and everything.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's a vastly different game.
Yeah, I've only played the original.
It's crazy how different it is.
Looks like we need to take Ryan when we have our sit down
on a road trip.
Sit down thing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Take Ryan on a road trip with the boys.
Damn.
Yep, there you go.
We are the boys.
Hop in our car, pal. We're going.
I can't believe the prompto. Anyway.
Get in the regalia, my guy.
Yeah. Tell you what, when we do in-person videos and crap, we'll play it.
Also, I want to put this out into the universe. That way Ace can't ever stop me. One of these days, we are going to attempt to do Let's Plays of Dragon Quest games and maybe some other stuff, and we'll see how that goes.
Yes,
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I'm still on the fence about one major thing, which Wolf knows what it is. And I don't know if I want to do it or not, because I don't know if I want to be known as that guy. But it sounds fun at the same time, but we'll see once I have the ability and time to do it. Right now, this week, I'm a little cramped, but I'm gonna do a huge pro and con thing about it later, and I'm sure Wolf will get to see that and be like, just do you, and I'll be like, that's not helpful. But yeah, 15 is it's so much more immersive. I actually get stuck in it sometimes. Like I'll be playing, and then I'll look at Discord and be like, what the fuck is that? Oh, right.
See, that's the thing about Final Fantasy is like I've been playing RPGs like basically since I was able to hold a controller, and I love RPGs to death. Like I love fantasy stuff in general. Like it's kind of my whole thing. Like I love Elder Scrolls, I love Legend of Zelda, I love Dragon Ball, and it has fantasy elements too. And I love like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, of course. And like Final Fantasy is always one of those series that always immerses me really well. It always has really good music. The stories are always interesting, and I feel like they put so much emphasis on the characters and their interactions. And I think Dragon Quest could learn a couple of things from
I
that, like
really want.
the character interactions
Yeah.
specifically. I'm not saying that the gameplay needs to change or the art style needs to change or anything like that. No, no, no. I'm saying just character interaction, character progression, have the characters interact more, have them have like funny moments, maybe deep moments, have like with all that, not just with the main character, but with everyone. So it's like these are real people. Like that's what Dragon Quest desperately needs, and that's what Final Fantasy has been giving me for all these years, which is why I can't ever in good conscience say, well, I think Final Fantasy sucks, because I don't. It's a wonderful series, and I think like I feel like Dragon Quest could learn a few things. Like I'm not saying it needs to fully modernize, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
totally.
really feel like if they got at least like one person from the Final Fantasy team um on the Dragon Quest
Dragon
team
Quest team.
for 12, I think that they would really see a market improvement, because they kind of they did it for version 2 of 10, I believe. If Ryan said that to me, I believe, right?
I think
I
so.
think it was Nick that told me.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah.
But it is true, right?
Uh,
I mean, that sounds
yeah,
right.
yeah. I kind of forgot the name of the person that they brought on
It's
for
not
version 2, but
important, but you can
yeah.
definitely see it in the camera angles. You see a little bit more like interaction. Like you
You don't think it was Yoshi P, do you?
I have no idea.
but
He works on Final Fantasy 14 like a lot, and he's like the main guy over 16 now.
I don't
And
know.
14 is like considered one of the best MMOs like on the planet right now, and it has some of the best story in any Final Fantasy or any JRPG I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
It's
I
like I
don't.
don't care for the gameplay because like I don't like MMO gameplay like much at all, to be honest. But man, that story's out there. Like it's wild. They have similar ideas. They reference all types of Final Fantasy games. They even have Dragon Quest crossovers from time to time. There was a whole Puff Puff mission.
Oh,
Like literally,
crossovers.
they added. There were Dragon Quest enemies in 14. You could fight
Mhm.
golems.
Mhm. Yeah, they do their crossovers well. That actually remind me later about Hang on, let me write stuff down real quick.
But yeah,
And
like just Final Fantasy. Like I'm excited for 16 almost as much, if not more, than Dragon Quest 12. Just because like 11, there's parts of it that have me worried, but then there's other times I'm like, well, maybe they've learned a few things from this, and maybe they'll do some, tweak some stuff that needed work.
Right.
But that's for a future podcast where we're going to talk about what we want in Dragon Quest 12. That's a whole other thing.
um something that I would like to see dropped, though I haven't played a lot of Dragon Quest games, so it might just be something in the newer ones.
Hmm.
Is the weird button choices of some things,
Which
especially
button choices?
like the buttons are the same. That's not the thing I'm concerned about. I'm trying to think of how to word this. I Oh, that's where I was going. No, that's not a thing to drop. That's a thing to improve on. I really don't know where I was going with this. The menus in 10 and 11, they kind of make sense, but kind of don't. Because there's moments where, like, yes, I'll use the talk feature to talk to a certain NPC if there's a crowd of people around them. But then you have this other command that literally does nothing. Except, like, I think it works when enemies are nearby. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
So, there's actually, like, this weird setup of just the main, like, X menu.
Just go, okay, this button does this, but this button only does this thing here. Like, what is it?
I'm pretty sure I don't remember the name of the button, but I think it checks which enemies are nearby, which I think is really stupid, because why didn't you just put that in the talk menu? Like, just make it examine.
I didn't know that was a button you could press.
That's in 10. In 11, there was something there. In 11, they basically got rid of 2 whole line. They got rid of a whole, like, row, and because they took out the Senriki, which is, like, quest information. Not quest information, but just miscellaneous information.
Yeah, there's a MISC button in
the MISC, which
3DS, where that drops down and you can, like, look at battle info and, like, enemy types and their biomes and everything.
They threw that under the miscellaneous in 11 as well. It's just that they had it as a specific number, as a specific button in 10, which would bring up a page where it showed, like, story so far, bestiaries of all kinds, and your quest list.
There's bestiaries in, like, 11 and all that.
It's under the miscellaneous menu again, because you don't need it immediately on hand.
You don't want a big giant menu that takes up most of the screen.
Yeah, which they did it in 10, which I understand why it's actually a lot easier to access in 10 than in 11. In 11, you have to go through, like, 5 different screens to get to what you want. And I'm one lately that has taken to going back and checking the quest repeatedly, which on 10 is really easy, because I just go X, down, right, A, up, A, find quest, A, Y.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, like, because, like, it's an MMO, so, like, you're gonna, like, be constantly playing it and jumping off and then going back. But in, like, 11, it's like, if you start a quest, they expect you to finish that, like, if it's a side quest, they expect you to finish that side quest, like, after you start it, like, in one sitting, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of what most people do.
Yeah. It's something I think that they should, if they do make a MMO again, because they did say they were going to make DQ10 a 10-year lifespan, then they need to streamline their buttons.
I'm kind of hoping they don't do another one so we actually get it localized, because like, there's no way we're getting another, like, there's no way. If they didn't localize 10, whatever they make next, if it's an MMO, it is not getting localized.
Yeah, which sucks, because I think 10 is quite the unique experience. It is way different than any other MMO.
It would be just great if they localized it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We need more Dragon Quest in the West, which I think we should say. The official Dragon Quest Twitter account, the English one, did say more Dragon Quest for the West. So that might be a sign of maybe good things to come. Maybe not necessarily Dragon Quest X, but maybe, like, future projects will get localized that normally wouldn't, because of, like, you know, how well the series has been doing over here lately.
They've been really keeping an eye on things. Have you noticed that Square Enix, like, Twitter has gone absolutely, like, batshit lately?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
you should see their Japanese. You should see what their Japanese Twitter account did the other day. I laughed so hard.
No, I haven't seen it. What was it?
It had to do with Final Fantasy. Someone tweeted something out. It was like this fan, like, someone made, like, this custom. I guess they did it in Blender or something, but they made like a scene with, like, Cloud and Tifa from 7, like, just hanging out or whatever, or just, like, hugging or something. I forget what it was exactly, but it was Cloud and Tifa as the main focus. And they tweeted something out, and it was in, like, Japanese, and, like, when you hit translate, it's like, Cloud knows best. So they were straight up being like, oh yeah, like, Cloud's ex Tifa.
Yeah, they've been doing that on the main Twitter too. It's just a lot more subtle. It's actually really funny, because, like, they've been lately, like, retweeting stuff and just commenting on it in a way that a normal influencer would, which I find, like, I get it, brands trying to be relatable and stuff lately.
Well, you do gotta remember, one of the people who does run the Dragon Quest account and the Square Enix account from time to time He is a Dragon Quest fan who
Mhm.
has been trying to be more active and having fun lately, Samantha.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, totally.
Ryan knows. She's
Oh yeah,
great, by the way.
yeah. I know. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to know her much, and
Yeah,
I hope to.
her Twitter is Coffee Tan, and she is just a wonderful person.
Oh yeah, absolutely awesome to talk to. And I'm
Genuine
very,
fan of Dragon Quest, and like just
yeah,
Her
very
slime
very pushing.
collection.
She's passionate.
Yeah.
Her slime collection is always something that should be brought up when talking about.
Oh
her.
yeah.
Oh yeah, she has over 160 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Probably doubled right now though.
She could honestly probably build an entire house out of the slime plushes if she wanted to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Talking about PSPs earlier, this is still irrelevant to Square Enix, but something that I really like and really want to see DQ do is following after like the FMA games in a way. I haven't before
Full Metal
you
Alchemist?
yes, before you jump after me, I just mean the overall feeling it gives of just vast world, because that's the feeling I
Oh yeah, I
got.
get what you're talking about.
And I don't mean like open world would be nice, yes, but outside of just an open world, which is what Final Fantasy 15 did, making a developed world.
I get what you're talking about. Like, here's the thing though, my only real interaction with FMA is like FMA, the anime, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I never actually played any of the games. I know there was a PS2 fighting game which wasn't very good from what I've heard. I never played it. And I didn't even know there were Full Metal Alchemist PSP games.
There were DS games. I had Dual Sympathy. I found it at a used bookstore once.
I never knew those existed, so my knowledge on those is non-existent.
Yeah. I want to play the Wii one.
I would like to see Full Metal Alchemist, the sense of scope in that world, like even in the anime and manga, makes sense and would be nice to like, implement some of that. Does make sense considering Square Enix did work on the anime for Full Metal Alchemist.
Wait, really? I thought it was.
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist is owned by Square Enix.
No way! You're breaking my world right now.
Like how Nintendo owns Pokemon, so.
Yeah, like straight up, like the anime, like for full, like the anime and like that's straight up published by like Full Metal Alchemist, or I mean Square Enix. What the, yeah, Full Metal Alchemist published Full Metal Alchemist. What is wrong with me?
So I really want to see them make a new Full Metal Alchemist game. I think it would really do well.
I feel like the problem though is like no one's really talking about Full Metal Alchemist anymore. It's kind of like missed its shot.
I understand that, but there's also like.
That's why all the shonen games are doing their thing now.
It's been done for years, and the only way that they would get anything new is they'd have to make a reboot, yes, or a new movie that is a spin-off of the...
Yeah, but they'd have to, like, talk to the original creator who, like, was, like, the main draw. Like, because she did a really good job with it.
Mm-hmm. I loved her art style. I'm sure if you looked at my art, you can definitely see... like where you get the Full Metal Alchemist influences.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's great.
Yeah.
It's kind of obvious, especially when you look at my mascot Onyx. Like it's just.
Have you noticed that a lot of the things you like are all connected in weird ways? Full Metal Alchemist connected to Square Enix, Dragon Quest, Square Enix and Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, and then I have like the other circle that's like Tumblr likes that I don't really use as much anymore, but. I still understand them. Is Kill Kill connected to any of this? Arc System Works, WFZ.
Kill la Kill was made by Studio Trigger.
Yeah.
Which is made up of people who used to work at Gainax. They worked on Gurren Lagann and Neon Genesis Evangelion.
I was just going to go with Arc System Works for the Kill la Kill IF game and then DBFZ.
I guess. I don't play fighters, so.
Yeah. By the way, I realize that Kill la Kill is probably kind of a hot take, especially for like the DQ community and how it is nowadays. But I really love the story.
Kill la Kill is great. What are you talking about? It's like visually great. The story's fun.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite animes still, and I'm not
It's
gonna
good.
hold back on that.
Gurren Lagann's like one of my all-time favorite, and it's made by the same people, and it's got that same kind of style.
Yeah.
And it's mecha, and I love mecha. So
My top 3 animes are like, like Fullmetal Alchemist, Dragon Ball as a whole, and then Kill la Kill. I this
hey,
is
do you have a
gonna
Netflix account?
Yes, I do. I actually own
All of Gurren Lagann is on Netflix.
I need to work on everything. Dude, this one
It's
person
20. It's like 20. It's like 26 episodes.
This one person from 2018 still bugs me once in a while to draw Yoko Ono, I think her name is.
Yoko Ono.
I don't. That's on my Goron Lagann.
The one who was married to one of the Beatles members.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was
it's the
thinking,
red. It's the redhead girl. I don't know if she's from Goron Lagann. I might be stupid.
Oh, you're thinking of Yoko Littner.
Maybe.
Yeah, the redhead girl from Gurren Lagann. Yeah, Yoko Littner.
They asked me to draw her as an Octoline from Splatoon all the time. Like,
I mean, that could work. She has a sniper rifle and her hair could double as that. Yeah,
it works. It's just like, it's been 2 years, dude. You still bring it up.
Listen. You should watch it. It's very good.
I got so much anime to watch.
After you watch Gurren Lagann, look up the movies. There's 2 of them, and they're basically summaries of the anime. However, the second movie, its ending is extended a little bit, and it expands upon what happened at the ending, and like makes the final battle much more epic, grand, and meaningful. And I honestly think the movie ended better than the anime did, and the movies came after.
I really want to see FMA just suddenly make a resurgence. I really think Hiramura.
Probably won't happen.
I know it probably won't happen, but just let me dream.
Listen, I've been trying to push Trigun for years. It ain't happening.
This is a dream I've had as of 5 minutes ago. I'd really love to see, like, to come back in some capacity, even if it's just a game. And I know that, like,
if it ain't shonen, it ain't happening.
Huh?
If it ain't shonen, it ain't happening.
Whatever. There's also, speaking of shonen, this is perfect transition, by the way. DQ10 hasn't really had a lot of crossover events, and I guess that's just because of the world it's in. But
it also could just be because it's Japanese, like, only.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just let me dream here for a moment. A Dragon Ball and Dragon Quest X crossover event.
I feel like there's issues there.
There's probably a lot of issues.
Yeah, like Toei and Shueisha going no.
Yeah, Toei and Shueisha are bitches.
Yeah, they're bitches.
But
I feel like the main problem is Shueisha, because like they own the rights to all that, so they're gonna be like, haha, no.
I don't know. I think
I'm pretty sure they can't, because like contractually Bandai publishes every single Dragon Ball game. So
I mean, it's not like it would be a game. It's I can't believe.
But because it would be featured in a game, they would have to be some they'd have to do something. And if Bandai can't make any money from the Western audience, they're not gonna bother.
Wow. I hate
just telling you now.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Bandai doesn't know what they're doing half the time, anyways. They're like, for Dragon Ball, all they put out is like fighting games, whether they're arena fighters, actual fighters, and then there's the occasional interesting games like Kakarot and Fusions, which are like. You don't have, like, I know Kakarot is divisive a lot amongst people, but at least it was something different, and Fusions was, like, the most unique Dragon Ball game I have ever seen.
I want to see them, like, do something that's, like, in the scope of Kakarot, but better, like, no crunch, which is never going to happen.
Imagine Kakarot, but with, like, a Xenoverse / Heroes type of storyline where you make your own character.
Oh, you got my attention now. Okay, this is a Dragon Quest podcast. Let's talk about this later. Because otherwise,
we can talk about whatever. It's our podcast.
I know.
We make our own rules.
I know, but it's like we're just gonna talk about this for hours.
Remember,
now.
People are here to listen to us talk about things we want to talk about, as well as Dragon Quest. I think. I hope.
I hope you like
We
listening to
hope
our
you did.
voices.
Yeah.
I'm sure
we're
that
hoping.
people are like, "Who's that redneck sounding idiot? I don't understand a word he's saying." Hey yuck, hey yuck.
Welcome to Dragon Quexes.
Welcome to Greg Practice. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Goofy.
See, this is why I try to speak as clearly as possible so people don't go, "Oh, he's from the South. He's probably stupid."
wait, people don't understand. Oh, wait.
There are Southern accents out there that are real rough. Like some people like I've talked to sound like Boomhauer from like King of the Hill.
Damn. I see. I
All right, man, you're going
understand.
on Dragon Quest.
I understand.
Oh, dang, all right, go down to Dragon Quest and cast a Zang, but back going down to fight Mortigan, but yeah.
Yeah.
See, I understand Southern accents really well, but that's also because I live in the South, not super deep like
Ryan's just used to
South.
hearing my shit, so.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Ryan's a surfer
When he first
dude.
heard me, he was like, "Oh, this redneck."
Hang on, I'm hearing sound.
But yeah, honestly though, I do hope that Dragon Quest thrives. I hope that we introduce it to some people. And if you guys happen to run up on us and, think that, oh, what's this Dragon Quest thing? Give it a try. You can
Yeah,
start
totally.
anywhere. You don't even have to start with any of the mainline titles. You can start with a spin-off. Just
I started
as long as you're having
spin-offs.
fun. Yeah, I mean, Ace here, our wonderful, amazing leader here, Grand Leader Ace.
I don't like those words.
Started with builders. So I mean, like, there's people I know who started with like the hero getting into Smash Brothers.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that was one of the major
I
entry
remember.
points for a lot of people.
I remember when I first saw the intro thing. I was actually streaming at the time with my new Splatoon themed overlay, and I went like, "Oh, of course, this guy from the game that you made me play, but like the main ones." And my boyfriend at the time went like, "Yeah," and then
Here we are.
here I am.
You're just neck deep in the Dragon Ball and Dragon Quest love.
Help!
You're stuck here with us.
No,
Too bad.
You're stuck here in the pit with me and Ryan.
I want out.
Nah, we're holding you by your ankles. You ain't going
Yep.
anywhere.
Not going anywhere.
Fuck.
Hey, you signed up for this.
Yeah, you're right. 35th anniversary. That's
coming up.
It's this year.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the day.
The day, yeah, you're right. I haven't
Because it's
seen
also the 35th anniversary of Legend of Zelda, which is February.
as well as like 50 million other game franchises.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Special year.
Zelda and Dragon Quest are major because, like, those things are connected a lot more than people think. Like, they came out the exact same year in Japan. They have similar kind of ideas. They're a very high fantasy, silent pro tag, magic, swords, and all that nonsense. And also, Link was featured in the reveal trailer for the hero in Smash. So there's a lot of connections there.
Sonic's turning 30 this year.
Oh dang! About time for him to retire.
I
Yep,
mean,
exactly.
his voice actor retired.
Well, no, he
Not
got
retired.
fired.
He got fired. Yeah, he
Yeah, he straight up
retired
got
from the
fired, like that.
role. That's what I was.
It came up actually. Like apparently, he didn't say anything specific, but Tara Strong quote tweeted that tweet and said that it was a bunch of crap that she got or that he got fired from the role and all that, and that voice actors need to be treated with more respect over here in the West and all that. And it's like every time and the meme going around that every time a Sonic actor perfects their Sonic voice, they get told to leave.
Yeah.
It does suck because Roger Craig Smith did really good, like especially in the Sonic Boom cartoon. I know when you think Sonic Boom, the game, yeah, terrible. But man, the Sonic Boom cartoon was
Oh,
actually
it was
pretty
hilarious.
Oh yeah, I love that.
good. He did good, and I think they're gonna be replacing him with the guy who did the movie. Which
Yeah.
he's good, but he could have just been movie Sonic, and they could have left Roger as the game and then cartoon Sonic.
I really
Yeah.
think Paramount just wasn't thinking on that front.
I don't think it's not Paramount. It's Sega. That's Sega's decision.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, that's all Sega.
I
Sega have
didn't-
been complete dickwads when it comes to the Sonic franchise. The only thing Sega's good about when it comes to Sonic is just letting people make fan games and letting it roll. They do not care. They're like, yeah, make fan games. Go ahead.
Make it because you'll be better than us.
Well, it's not just that, but like they completely endorse it. Like they retweet that stuff. They're like, go ahead, do whatever. And they even like got people who make fan stuff to work on fan like an official game. Sonic Mania was made by people who made fan games.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, which is great.
I actually didn't like his voice at first in Sonic Colors. I think was his first debut. I didn't like it.
I didn't play Sonic Colors because I didn't have a Wii. I've never owned one.
I rented it from Blockbuster.
Wow, Blockbuster? Ooh, that's
Yes.
a callback.
Okay, that's really old.
Mm-hmm.
I rented all my stuff from mom and pop shops here where I live.
We
in
only
small
had
town,
a
like,
Blockbuster, and then it became something else. I don't think we actually rented it from Blockbuster at the time.
Yeah, I'm keeping my membership card.
Of course, you have to. That's like an artifact.
Yeah,
I
still have it.
I loved the Sonic before him. At first, it was like, I don't really like this guy. But like all the Sonic voices, after they went through their Rocky phase and got to like the point where they were fitting their design, like like Sega subtly changed the design and feel of the character, feel of Sonic to match the person's voice. It really shone, especially like Sonic X, like it shone. It was Piccolo was saying just like Raditz, but it
Yeah.
shone.
Hey
Piccolo
guys,
was-
it's me, Sonic. See, Piccolo's a saying like Raditz.
Oh my god, that.
Gotta go fast.
yeah.
That tune's funny.
Sorry guys, I put a little bit of crystal meth on my chili dog and it's making me go a little wacky. Cause I gotta go fast.
But like Jaleel White's voice was also amazing for Sonic.
Oh yeah, he's the one I grew up with.
Very misleading name, by the way, because when I first looked him up, I'm like, this can't be. Oh, okay.
You know, it's funny when I think of like major changes to voice actors. I think of like the change from Shadow's voice actor to the new one.
I actually didn't know he had multiple voice actors.
Yeah, if you like listen to him like in Shadow the Hedgehog the game, and then listen to him in Sonic Boom, you're like, that sounds very different.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I was more of a
I'm
DS
Shadow.
gamer.
Where's that third damn Chaos Emerald?
Damn fourth Chaos Emerald.
The damn fourth Chaos Emerald. Or when he dies, damn Chaos Control. You know,
Yeah,
I'm still working on my Shadow, guys.
it's okay.
That's good enough.
Yeah, but I feel like my Sonic's real fun because it's like, gotta go fast. That's no good. You know.
I used to be able to do a Tails voice. I think my voice got a little too deep for it.
That's fair. It happened.
But I used to do that a lot. It was more like
Sonic! Sonic, where are you? I'm so scared. My character development left.
Tails is actually my favorite Sonic character.
Yeah, it's a shame what they did to him.
Yeah, they just gave him no character development. Just made him be like really.
No, he had it, and then they took it away.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna be honest. I have very very bad confession here, but I actually like the Shadow X. No, that's not the name of the arc. The arc after they returned back to Mobius and Sonic X.
I'm talking about like the games.
I know, but,
he had
like-
some major.
It just
He started out as like just the mechanic sidekick, and then like in Sonic Adventure 1, they gave him some character development where he developed some bravery, and then like in Sonic Adventure 2, he still had it, but he was also kind of stupid. Like he had some stupid moments, and then like after that, they were like, "What's character development?"
Sonic, I'll catch you with my plane.
It's not even that. It's more like, you remember when I used to be brave? Well, it turns out I was just on a lot of drugs at the time, and now I'm like scared shitless. You know, just that kind of
Just
that kind of
that
vibe.
bird gave me some drugs while I was in the plane, guys.
Straight up, yeah.
I still love like his arc of Cosmo, even if it was a little weird. It's just it was really well done in my opinion, but also I'm kind of looking at it rose tinted glasses. I plan to one day watch all of Sonic X in the sub because the sub is way better
Been a
than
while.
4Kids.
I mean, here's the thing: Sonic X isn't bad. Like I remember watching it. Fun fact: in the first few episodes of Sonic X, Sonic has a scouter on.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I remember
They also
that.
do headphones correctly, unlike most other people that do furries.
Yeah, and Sonic's like the most furry.
Sonic is your descent into furryism. Did you know my first
Sonic!
OC was a Sonic character?
That's a lot of people's first OCs. That's like if you make a Sonic OC, it's like baby's first OC.
Yes.
Fun fact: my first OC had nothing to do with Sonic or Dragon Ball, for that matter. It was actually like part of an original story that I was working on as a young lad.
God, I remember like a bunch of like AU stories I used to write. Like I'd take a bunch of line paper, I'd draw the cover, and then I staple it together, and then I'd write, and then I never get anywhere because I get like 3 pages in, and then I'm like, new story.
Fun fact: in middle school, I was trying to write a fanfic of Oblivion with like characters and like what they would do during the Oblivion crisis. And one of my teachers was like, "Oh wow, this is really good," and then I never finished it.
Aww.
I remember I wrote this 50 chapter. I think it was actually at 64 when I put it.
More dedicated than I am.
It was only like a page for each chapter, but it had like 8 different fandoms crossing over. It had like Fullmetal Alchemist, Warrior Cats.
This sounds like a thing I read on the internet.
I never posted it on the internet. I didn't type a word into it.
It was a comic. It was like Nicktoons Unite, but then they was like, here's anime characters and here's other characters. Like here's Ichigo meeting Danny Phantom.
Awesome. Oh, I had Danny Phantom in there too, and Code Lyoko.
Oh man, Code Lyoko. Oh man, I miss Code Lyoko.
It's on Netflix.
I hate what they did to it. I know. I hate what they did to it.
What with Evolution?
Yeah.
Evolution. They really had
Why is everything with Evolution in it like is ruined? Like Code Lyoko, Dragon Ball. Like what's next?
Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest Evolution.
No, they already ruined that with that shitty fucking movie, Your Story. Yeah,
I liked Your Story.
That movie was terrible.
I really think that they could take like the CGIs that they use in the opening things, or even that they used in the Smash trailer, like the same kind of style. They know that was done by Sakurai before you stopped me. Well, Sakurai's team. But you could take those and make a movie. Like I say this like once every few months.
That's not my problem. The problem is like how like they completely just like, oh yeah, you know that typical thing like that people hate, like it was just a dream, or it was just a this or just a that or whatever. Like they do that and then they go, grow up, kid. Don't like get a job. It felt very patronizing.
But then they told him that. But then the main protagonist went like, "I'm still living my best life, and I still."
Yeah, but it feels like they were just like, haha, loser.
It really didn't feel like that to me. It felt inspiring to the people.
That's the way it felt to me, and I don't know. They rushed a lot of stuff, and I was like, ah, man, like it would have been one thing if it was like its own movie with its own story and like connected to Dragon Quest loosely with like similar stuff, and not one of the most beloved sequels, Dragon Quest V.
Yep.
Yeah. I really, 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 really. I say this every few months, and you guys hear me say this every few months, but I'm going to keep saying it every few months until it happens. I really want to see them make a movie of, like, just party member backstories. And I always use Eric as an example because it's the only one I could think of. But I really want to see a movie of just Eric in his 5 years between leaving his home area, and meeting the Luminary, because there's just so much, and we only scratched the surface of it with Japanese only content like the voice drama and the manga. There's just so much that they could do, and I want to see that.
See, as nice as all of that is, as nice as everything is, when you really think about it, it's just too, what am I looking for? Complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's just need more, just how should I say this? It's a nice idea, but I don't think it's gonna happen because like you can't focus on the main protagonist, and like it would basically be like hey, do you like this game? Well, go watch this movie that's probably only gonna be in Japan and try to figure out what they're saying and what the story is, and hope they don't, like, when it gets localized and translated, they don't butcher it to death.
That's how it is for most things, ain't it?
Well, when it comes to video game adaptations and stuff, yeah, like most like dubbed anime movies and stuff haven't had that problem in a long time.
But when it comes
It's just
to
stuff like that gets just butchered to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like one of those things of, hey, do you want to keep up with the story? Go watch this side movie that people like, and people complain about that. That's one of the things people complained about with 15 is like, why do I have to watch this movie that explains all this stuff that happens like before and during the prologue of 15 to understand it? Why couldn't this have just been a set of cutscenes in the game?
Yeah, I still need to watch the 15 more. But
people didn't like, it was like nice, I guess, to have something like that, but whenever it's like all this plot important stuff getting segregated out, people hate that. Like, it's one thing if it's like here's a sequel or a prequel or whatever, or a side game that explains it, like, the Young Yangus game to go in more into his stuff.
Yeah.
But like movies, people will be like, oh, really? Okay, you're doing this. Okay, you're milking it. We get it.
Yeah, I also said that I'd like to see like a Dante. I'm treading carefully here because it's not. I've only seen gameplay. I've not played DMC for myself, so I'm treading carefully here.
I know all about Devil May Cry.
I have a lot of friends who know a lot about Devil May Cry, but I've only watched footage, and by the way I see it, I think that my idea would also work for that too. But I'm an Eric fan, but yeah. We all know that.
So you think Devil May Cry movies that explains the backstories of
no,
characters?
No, I was the other way around.
Oh,
Devil May Cry game with Eric backstory.
I mean, if you want a game that's like super hard and requires you to do like amazing combos, sure.
And it's called like Life.
No, it's called like, imagine like if a rhythm game focused on combat. That's what Devil May Cry is, basically. It's a rhythm game with extreme combat.
Okay, maybe not so much Devil May Cry. I'm sounding stupid
because even when Devil May Cry 5 came out, people were reviewing it and saying the music's terrible. And the reason why is because they were doing so badly in the combat. And in Devil May Cry 5, when you get better at the combat and the rank goes up, the music starts to play more and get louder and louder. And then when you hit S rank, the lyrics kick in.
Damn. Yeah, I really think like an action RPG instead of Japanese RPG.
Yeah, you're thinking something closer to a Kingdom Hearts.
I've never played Kingdom Hearts either. I'm still like very behind.
It's an action game, and that's something you would probably want more because it's not like because like the combat is like not as in depth as Devil May Cry. Like the whole thing, like Devil May Cry might as well be a fighting game.
Wow. All right, fun. I'm trying to think of like an action RPG game I played that I can use as a reference, and 15. I can't think of anything. 15, I guess. 15, you just kind of stand there and use commands sometimes.
Yeah, but Kingdom Hearts has a more in-depth combat system, but it tells a lot of the story, and that's kind of what you would want.
Yeah. I want huge game for Run a Zurican.
Yeah, but let's be real. The Eric game that is in development probably never coming out.
Yeah. Watch it just suddenly get announced after this recording session. We're
Yeah,
just, like,
but then they're
chilling.
like, it was going to be the Eric game, but we decided to replace Eric with the Luminary and his friend Gemma.
I'd strangle a man.
I'd be super happy just because I know you would be super annoyed.
Can you imagine just like closing this recording session out? I go to the bathroom, I come back up, and then just I open Twitter and see that. I'm like, awesome.
Yeah, and it's like, wait, why is his... Oh, it's no longer the Eric and Mia game. It's the Hendrik and Jasper game.
Oh no! But yeah, I really just want to see some more Eric content, and I know we're not gonna get that for a while, and I know we're probably
Or
not
at
ever
all.
gonna get that because of freaking like development hell, and I don't quite understand
It
why.
might just be because like they realize that like trying to make a mystery dungeon or monsters type of game with the current, everything going on might be really, really hard to do.
Especially since they're trying to put something in that just doesn't really fit. I mean, I guess they could do what they did with Young Genghis and just go like, yeah, they hang on, my brain just went out. Yeah, they're exploring this
Magical land.
Yes, they get into a magical land via finding one of the treasures from the chief and just go in. And end up
Or it can
having
just
to...
be non-canon.
That is also true, but I really just
Young
want...
Yangus isn't exactly the pinnacle of canon.
True. I really just want, like, post game Eric monsters.
Never
I
happened.
think
Never.
I know.
And before I'm wrong and they make an Eric Dragon Quest anime.
Oh God, I would cry happy tears.
The art style is like almost like a mix between Shintani's art style of Dragon Ball and like Dragon Quest Dai.
Oh God, I just want the Shintani style. That's the Broly movie style, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's the character designer style, but then in the rest of the movie it changed between like Takahashi and a bunch of others.
I just mean like in general.
Yeah. I mean, Dai has a good style and it could fit. It's fine. I like it. It's not terrible.
I haven't seen Dai in motion other than the opening and ending.
It's good. It's made by the same people that made Broly, so.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's good. I just haven't seen it yet, so I can't really give that. But oh my God, I love the Broly movie style.
I'm really behind. Me and Ryan used to review the thing, and
yeah,
I've fallen a lot behind. I'm
on episode 0.
I'm several episodes behind.
I may just like, I have to drive down to. I don't want to dox myself, so I have to drive down
Don't worry,
to the county.
You'll have a new husbando and die once you watch it. I already can tell.
Oh yeah, I just watched the episode today. It's really good.
I'm trying to guess here from the cast that they announced that the thing, and my brain just went empty.
Just don't even try to guess.
I'm gonna try to guess anyway. It can't be the blue-haired guy, can it?
No, there isn't. I don't remember a blue-haired guy, but oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. No, it won't be him. I have a nickname for him. Ryan knows who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Is it the green one?
No.
Hmm.
His name's High Knuckle, or Hyuncle. I call him High Knuckle because it's funny.
I know the name, and I can hear, and I can visualize the katakana. I just can't see the person.
He's got white hair.
Yeah, he has like silver hair.
The curly one.
No.
No?
No.
I'm looking this up.
You're thinking of Avon.
Oh.
I wouldn't. You might get spoilers. I'm just saying.
I'm looking it up anyway.
All right. Good luck.
Okay. Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right up your alley.
God damn. Speaking of alleys and characters, that sounds terrible.
Wow.
But
Who you cornering in an alley this time, Ace?
I'm talking about my mascot.
Oh, are you gonna corner Onyx in a?
I'm not gonna corner on it. I Can't
Onyx
see.
is gonna corner someone in the alley. Got it.
Hate it here. But, I don't know. I don't know why I was bringing up Onyx. Why was I bringing up Onyx? Who knows? Okay,
Because he's your mascot?
Because he's my mascot.
Because you were trying to do the whole, like, mascot thing?
Yeah, the mascot thing. I don't know. I really hope that people like his appearance and like him. I plan to later on, once I have a bit more time to draw after I'm fully moved in. Right now we're like 50-60% moved in. Once I'm fully moved in, I plan to make like a Meet Onyx video, and that will have like light animations, not too heavy, more like moving around, glowing, panning, zooming, stuff like that. But I really just want my community to meet Onyx. I don't know how many people would like to meet him. That sounds weird, but
Should I call him Shadow Yamcha or Shadow Granola?
Yeah, by the way, as of the time of recording this, my icon on Discord is currently the dress Yamcha from a still, but Onyx drawn over it.
Yeah, edited Onyx in his true form. I'm not wrong.
I hate it here. Anyway,
Ryan, you need an OC.
Well, I'm usually pretty lame and just put myself in games.
Well, I mean, you do have like your ogre OC, I guess.
Well, my ogre is actually just named after me.
Man,
True,
we need
but
to
you
get
can
you to
always
make an
fix
OC.
that.
Just pressure.
Well, I'm making it.
Me and Onyx will. Me and Onyx. Me and Ace will corner you and make you an OC.
Well, I am making an OC. Well, kind of an OC for my D&D character.
Well, that is true. I mean, I have a D&D OC too, so.
Well, but for like a normal OC that I would, just use, I haven't really thought of one yet.
We'll make you a Dragon Ball OC. Don't worry, pal.
Well,
God.
I just had to boot up Xenoverse then.
I forgot about Rara. I miss
That's
him.
where a lot of people start.
I miss Rara.
A lot of people start in Xenoverse and then build off of it. Like my OC May started in Xenoverse and then I built off of him from there.
I think I'm gonna put Rara in Onyx's backstory. Now think about it.
Are they gonna be boyfriends?
No.
Okay. They should totally be boyfriends. I ship it. I don't ship, but I ship Rara and Onyx.
I don't know. We'll see.
Wait, I just realized something. You have an OC who's got like greenish blue hair with red eyes.
Holy crap! What happened there?
Toyotaro.
Ace got frustrated because apparently Toyotaro is stealing Ace's ideas. Granola is basically the love child of Onyx and Rara, if you think about it.
Oh, God.
So that's how it happened. Test tube, baby.
Alright, so 35th anniversary of Dragon Quest. I really want to see what kind of cross promotions they do that involve merchandise. Because now that they have kind of a little bit of a foothold in America, I can see just a little bit more going on to the Square Enix goods store. Because right now it's only like 5 plushies.
Mm-hmm. Aren't they like showing off a bunch of like keychains or necklaces or whatever from the Dai anime?
They were doing blind boxes, which are like these tiny little things. Oh wait, the necklaces and I remember something about that, but I'd have to look again.
Yeah, the Dragon Quest news thing tweeted it out.
Oh yeah, that today?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are little blind boxes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Speaking
of, that's something I need to add to the description is the Dragon Quest news. Because I'm not tweeting that on my main channel.
Glad I brought that up.
Yeah, because I would have forgot.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm useful sometimes.
You're useful all the time. Just when you're being... except for test tube babies.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
Hey. Now you're going to make a tweet about
episode.
it. Now you're going to make a tweet about it.
First episode. Woo.
Yeah. First episode.
Is that right, Ryan? Hashtag first episode.
Hashtag first episode.
Ryan's getting tired.
He's like, oh man, I haven't had my like 70th grandpa nap today.
But I really like to see what they bring to America in terms of merchandise. I know that they have a bunch of food items from Luita's bar over there.
Man, don't remind me.
I really
I'm sad
wanna-
that I don't get to have any of that.
I know that someday when I feel okay with like doing video recordings, I want to do like an episode where I try to make the drinks based on the descriptions and appearances from the Luita's bar menu.
I wish that they would just like give out the full ingredients so I can just make this stuff at home and
Yes,
just have me
I want to
every
make.
blessed day.
I want to make the Ferris drink. Have you seen it?
No.
It's so
I just
cute.
want to like make something tasty to eat so I can sit and watch Dragon Quest die and have something tasty to eat to go with it. And be like, haha, theming.
Haha, just cook up some potatoes and beef, and then there you go. You have Eric's campfire food. I'll show
I'm
you.
gonna make potatoes and beef, and then for for dessert, I'm gonna make blues like Jello.
Yeah.
But it's gonna taste like lime.
No, what you do
apparently
is you
that's what
just-
slime tastes like.
You just get you just make mochi using glutinous rice flour, and you shape it into.
I don't know
taco.
how to make shit like that, so I'm gonna just buy
Easy,
mochi.
Cook it in the microwave.
I don't want to cook your cat in the microwave.
I
I had to make the joke.
I know. I know. Speaking of mochi, we thought she went missing today. Our dog ran down the street corner. My grandma left the door open while I was chasing the dog, and we couldn't find the cat. So I started having a breakdown about it, and then the cat showed up 2 hours later. Going
Yeah, it's like, hey, yo, what you crying about?
Like she just woke up from a nap. She jumped.
Right.
She was walking over, and I see her, and I just throw my blanket aside and start running after her. And she starts freaking out, going like, "Oh my god!"
I did the same thing to my parents, but instead of a cat missing, it was me. When I was little, I was like, I'm gonna play hide and seek without telling anybody. And so I hid under the bed, and I was like, haha, they gonna find me later. And apparently my mom freaked out because she'd left the door open and thought I had gotten out of the house and ran down the street. She went out there looking for me, freaking out. Dad came home, they found me under the bed, and she was crying. I was like, you found me! And I didn't know why she was crying. I was like, what's wrong?
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, she's like, and my dad's like, don't ever do that again. I'm like, sorry.
Damn.
I probably got an ass beating after that, but I probably don't remember it.
Sorry for the brief and kind of sudden interruption. We had a lot of scrapped stuff out of nowhere.
I had to poop.
Thank you for the information.
Well, they want to know. The people want to know. I had to poop. Speaking of poop, I don't like Sugiyama, but
Okay. That was a random transition.
yeah, I don't like it. Like I don't like him as a person, but and some of his music's okay, but eh.
Damn. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the 35th year of Dragon Quest, I really think we're gonna see at least one spin-off and at least the beginning of a new title.
I just want a trailer for 12.
I do too.
Yeah, that's what I want to.
That's it. I don't care about anything else. Just give me a trailer for
I
12.
really think they're gonna just randomly drop a spin-off out of nowhere.
I mean, we already have that with the Die spin-offs games.
I know, but we haven't seen hide nor hair of them. I meant outside of
We've
those,
seen a
'cause
little bit, but I feel like they're gonna drop that. Like that's gonna be the spin-offs that we see.
I
and
really
then,
don't want
like-
just Affinity Strash. I really want like monsters.
I want Infinity Strash. I don't like. It looks interesting.
Yeah,
It
I
looks
want that
fun,
too.
but I'm.
We get it. You want Eric, but it ain't happening.
happening.
Eric's done. Eric's passed.
They better bring a hot boy in for 12 then.
There's a hot boy in every game. Sometimes it's the main character. Other times it's the side character.
Guess.
There's always a hot boy. Don't worry. It's Japan. They have to
Oh,
have the
Sorrow's
hot boy.
in 4, you're right.
Yep. And
There's
Yangus
no-
is the hot boy of Dragon Quest VIII.
There's no hot boy in 5.
Yeah, there is. Main
Who?
character is a hot boy.
I guess.
It was Prince Harry.
Yeah.
6 has Terry.
Yeah, and 6 also has the pro tag as well. He's kind of a hot boy.
There's no hot boys in 7.
Yeah, there are.
No.
There's Prince Kiefer.
Yeah, Prince Kiefer, he's hot boy.
Mm-mm.
Some people call him hot boy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. 9 has a hot boy, probably, I think. You can make a hot boy.
Yeah, you can make a hot boy.
You make everyone a hot boy.
10 has Yushka and Hyuza and Faraz.
8 has Yangus. Yangus is hot boy. Yangus got dad bod.
And then 11
Some people
has
think
Ryu.
Angelo's hot boy.
My friends hate him, so I'm withholding my judgment for now until I meet him.
He's alright. Like, in combat. Like, I don't remember his personality all that much.
I still have yet to reach him in Heroes
Good luck.
2.
I mean, you're gonna get more of his personality in 8, so...
True, but I'm gonna get to him quicker in Heroes.
It's debatable.
Anyway, I really think that they're gonna have Infinity Strash, like, release date announced soon.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, after episode 20, we'll probably see it come up.
Maybe.
I think that it was probably going to be, like, a near May release. Near May. With the
I just
app
hope
releasing around the
that we
same
get
time.
a trailer for 12.
I really think we're going to get a trailer.
I just want some kind of information. I don't even care if it's like, here's a teaser trailer, here's like maybe a shot of the main character, maybe, or something, and here's like some information that we're going to talk about. Like, I just want something, you know?
Yes, I don't think we're going to get that until DQ Day.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm talking about, is like the day of, it's just like, give us something. Like, but the day that, you know, the day of the anniversary is always a big deal, because like you want to reveal something big and grand, and they did say that they plan on showing something on the day, like the anniversary. So
yeah, I personally this is what I think, is that I think they're gonna release Infinity Strash sometime between April and June, with the mobile game not far on the heels or right around the same time. And then I think they're going to probably announce announce a spin-off game in May, as well as the main title.
I feel like it's too many spin-off games. I feel like that's going to cannibalize the other. That's just a bad business. That's just a bad business decision. You don't want two games releasing in the same year that are like spin-offs of the same thing, and like sales cannibalize each other.
I don't know, because like they have this year, well, 2020.
Every time a company does that, it always ends in disaster for one of the titles, or sometimes both.
In 2020, what did they have? They had like XIS re-release.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much XIS. So.
And then the Dragon Quest X stuff.
Oh yeah.
Which, yeah, and then like they had a few spin-off titles on mobile.
What, didn't Stars come out in?
Stars
2020?
came out in America in 2020. TAC came out in 2020, as well as
TAC in 2021.
And the Monsters Retro Remix. Which
all I'm saying is I don't expect them to put out like that many like Dragon Quest titles in a year.
I know, but I can keep my hopes high.
I don't want them
starved.
to do that because my wallet will be like, "What do, bro?" And I'll be like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
Because my money's on Infinity Strash. Whatever else, unless it's a mainline title, I do not care.
Yeah, because I think this year, because this year, like, we need people to, digest Tact for a little while, since it just came out.
Yeah. So there'll be that, and then Strash, so that's already a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people, and also and also newer people need to like digest 11S from December.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'm
then there's
just
also
I'm
Stars still has a player base, so
surprisingly. I'm sorry, did I say
well,
that
I
out
mean it's
loud?
gotcha. It's gotcha. People love gotcha.
Hey.
I mean, why else is Genshin doing so great? Because they got their hot boys and their hot girls. I
Mm-hmm.
guarantee if they weren't there, no one would care.
Genshin's a
I I
pretty
already
spectacular
I,
game.
s- I stopped caring pretty quickly once the gotcha system got introduced. I was like, delete.
It's still a pretty remarkable game for what it does, and it shows that it's still
Eh,
capable of having a
I don't want to.
huge.
I don't want to have a random chance of getting a character I want to play as. Like, it's either give me the character or get off of my console.
I meant the overall gameplay, not counting the gotcha.
I didn't like the gameplay all that much. It felt very. I don't know. It felt choppy.
Well, you also have garbage internet.
No, I was playing like no. I'm just talking about like, because the game plays like offline too.
I've never had to play offline.
I've played it offline and the frame rate is terrible.
Really? Because on my phone it's worked
It's
fine.
it's optimized like garbage on PlayStation 4.
Eh, that's
It's
stupid.
unoptimized as hell, and there's no reason for it. Like that thing runs like how Breath of the Wild runs on Switch
Hmm.
in certain areas. Like like it runs like Cyberpunk.
Oh my god, that's bad.
That's terrible. I've never had that happen on my phone or my
Yeah, because they
Windows.
optimized it for that because that's where they know they're gonna get most of their money.
Damn. All right. Well, I personally liked how Genshin played, and I think that more companies could learn from the fact that you could fit a full open world game onto a freaking mobile device.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just slap some gotcha elements on it and predatize the shit out of people.
I get it. You don't like gotchas.
Yeah, fuck gotcha. I don't care who knows it. I'm not gonna say anything positive about like any gotcha, even if it's like a Kingdom Hearts or a Dragon Quest or a Final Fantasy gotcha. I've got nothing positive to say about any form of gotcha.
Just wait until you find out that there's actual gotcha pawn machines in Japan.
Oh, I know those exist, and I'm never touching them.
Damn.
No thanks. I'm not a gambler, so you know.
Yeah, I probably am.
I mean, don't you like do like lottery tickets?
Yeah, I've stopped that though. Not just because like I don't have a steady source of income at the
Well, yeah,
moment.
because you're also doing the stock market game now. That's gambling too.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
That's the ultimate gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh
I.
man, the GameStop banner's really doing good these last few days.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the AMC banner's also doing pretty hot.
I just. I don't know.
I can't wait to see people like do like reactions to like stocks going up on their gaming channels. Where's those Dokkan tubers at just reacting to the stock market?
Oh my
Dokkan
god.
tubers.
Speaking of Dokkan, there's actually a I know we're going off topic again, but there's actually a new unit out that actually looks really cool. But I know
I
I
don't
never
play
had the
Dokkan.
patience for it.
I played Dokkan once when that game was still newish, and I realized I had a problem, and was like, nope, delete.
Yeah,
I couldn't get into it.
I can't get into it. I still have it on my phone because I'm too lazy to just back up my data and uninstall it in case I ever come back to it.
I can, you know what? I can play those games real good. All I got to do is go to the Dokkan like archive site, save the image, and go, look, guys, I got an LR.
I like Legends personally. Legends is my favorite of the
I can do
Dragon
the
Ball
same thing
ones.
with that.
I know, but I'm just saying like Legends is a lot more fun. The story's more in
Eh,
depth. There's actually a
mean,
story that's not poorly translated.
Do people actually play that for the story? I doubt it.
Yes, people
It's
actually
the
play
only thing.
Legends for the story.
Really, because the only thing I ever see anyone talk about with Legends is the new Sparkling Legendary coming out? What is it? That's all I ever hear is like, oh, what's the new meta game or whatever? That's all I see people talk about.
Yeah, because people are schmucks.
Well, that's just most of the community.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play I've never touched Legends, so
Legends for me is pretty fun. I really like the story, especially chapter 3, I want to say. Part 3, whatever.
I mean, isn't it just like the Dokkan storyline, but with like a new character, basically?
No.
Here's some time travel bullshit.
No, what happens is this new character, Shallot, ends up in a
In the future.
time tournament amongst other
Oh, so it's the Fusion storyline.
Yes, but
But worse. Got it.
It's not worse.
The Fusion is way better though.
Then they're expected to come on top of the whole thing, but apparently the person behind it. Sorry, future me for having to edit that out. The main the Supreme Kai is held hostage by an unknown entity, and Shallot is tasked by Beerus and Whis to find him, because if Supreme Kai dies, then Beerus dies. And
yeah, if the little purple midget with the mohawk dies, so does the giant purple cat.
Yes. And it's actually quite an endearing story where you slowly learn more about Shallot and his development. And I really wish that they brought the androids back, and I missed them a lot, and I want to see MIR-17 come back. Of course.
Anyways, back to Dragon Quest.
Yes, Dragon Quest.
Where Ace's other husbando, Eric, hangs out at.
Shut up.
I'm not wrong.
Anyway, I really don't know what else there is to talk about, because like DQ35, we already know Strash and the other mobile app is going to come out, and it's just going to be...
I feel like we've really done all we can. I mean, we've introduced ourselves, we talked about things, we did a little bit of shooting the shit, you know. I think that's a podcast, guys.
All right, wow. So next episode, hopefully, will be about what we want to see
DQ12.
From DQ12, yes. So we'll see you guys in the next episode. If you're listening to this like way down the line, we dated ourselves really poorly, and I hope you enjoy this thing from wherever you are in the future. Remember, you can find us on most podcast platforms. You can reach us on Discord or Twitter, as well as through YouTube comments. If you do watch on YouTube, consider liking and subscribing. And if you are listening on those other platforms, consider subscribing on the main channel too, so that way you can see when those when those go up, and also my other videos, which you may also find interesting and in more digestible content, something to eat, something to enjoy watching while eating your breakfast or something. That's what I do with most of my YouTube videos. I just put on a video while I'm eating. Who knows? So, please.
I'm gonna try a stab at the outro real quick.
Okay.
If you like this video, please like and subscribe and click on the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever a video goes up. Also, check us out on other platforms where podcasts go up, and maybe think about rating and leaving a comment saying what you like about the podcast. Hopefully you'll be able to check in more and get more amazing content from the Zao Ace channel. This has been Zao Ace, Ryan Molina from Battle Geek Plus, and Wolfsbane 101. Thanks for watching and listening.
Signing off.
Yours just sounds cold, but bye.